Hi, hockey fans. Ken Schott standing outside RPI's Houston Fieldhouse. Big news today on campus as RPI men's head hockey coach Seth Thappert was relieved of his duties by athletic director Dr. Lee McElroy. McElroy spoke to the media about this decision, and here's the full press conference.
Lee, what led to this decision?
Well, it's the end of the season, and we evaluated the program, and based on the evaluation, we decided to make a change in leadership.
That was a pretty quick evaluation. When was this kind of?
Well, the evaluation wasn't quick. Been here for 2 years now, so as Ken will attest to, I've learned a little bit about hockey. It takes a while for an ex-football player, but I've learned a lot about it, and so the evaluation is not quick. It's been ongoing.
What were the reasons for making this move now?
Well, as I said, the season is concluded, and we are in the throes of getting ready for next season, and we need to move quickly on the national search, which is what we're going about. And we've got a great group coming back and a great group coming in, and so we want to try to move as quickly as possible.
What did you say to Seth when you were to talk with him today?
Well, just, thanked him for his contributions to the university, and thanked him for what he does for college hockey, and wish him the best moving forward.
What the obviously his contract was running through the 2020-2021 season. What was the buyout cost, and what was he making a year?
The contract is, and you guys can look at 1099 to see what his salary and benefits are, but the contract is being worked through the university as we move forward.
Is there a figure you can give us?
No, there's no figure because, as you said, it goes out and it will be handled through the university processes.
Was it simply a matter of not enough wins?
No, it's more than that. In my years in college athletics, there are a lot of ways to build a winning program. I know a little bit about that. And in order to do it, you've got to have winning helps. You've got to have a culture. You've got to have some luck. You've got to have the right people. You've got to have the university on board. And there has to be a fit across alignment. So winning helps, but there are a lot of other things that goes into building winning programs.
Were the fans frustrated?
Well, the fans, let me just say this. This is the fifth institution that I've worked at, and this is the most loyal fan base that I've ever encountered in my 31 years in college athletics. They've been with us and will continue to be with us, and we're working hard to make sure that they stay with us and we have more success going forward. But I didn't, again, I haven't spoken to fans. I'm sure I'll be hearing a lot from them in the days coming forward.
Have you told the team yet?
The team has been notified. Obviously, the staff has been notified. I'll be meeting with the team as a group later. I've been in chats with our recruiting group, so that's all part of what I do on a day-to-day basis.
When you meet with the team, will you hear from them what they're looking for out of a head coach?
Well, everywhere that I've worked, I think that student athletes need to be involved in the search process because the bottom line, it's all about the student athletes. So they will be involved from start to finish, because this is a person that they're going to have to get to know, and we have extremely high expectations in regard to that, and they'll certainly be part of the process.
What is the status of the assistant coaches?
The state of the assistant coaches is they're still in the contract, and Brian and Nolan, will be working with me daily to make sure that the program continues to get better every day, and so we'll be going over that process and what that entails.
Is there someone in charge right now?
Nolan and Brian are in charge.
No one person?
No, they both are involved to run the day-to-day operation of the program along with me. I meet with them weekly, and as I said, I've been here 2 years now, so I have a full grasp of where we're going and what we're doing.
Are you leading the search committee?
I will be advising the search committee. What we try to do is have various constituents of the search committee. So obviously, I mentioned the student athletes, alumni will be involved, members of the campus community will be involved, student leadership will be involved, but most importantly, President Jackson will be involved. So it's a very inclusive and comprehensive process, and we're looking forward to get that underway as soon as possible.
Is there a timetable?
There's no timetable. I know that the press release said we're conducting a national search immediately, but there's no time, because once you get into a timetable, I've found over the years you limit yourself. What we want to do is to select the best candidate that will make sure that we can attain excellence in the ECAC on an annual basis. And in order to do that, it's going to take a lot of work by a lot of people, and I think that we're all up to it.
You
Yeah.
mentioned that to have a winning program, it needs to be the right fit with a coach. So what are some of the characteristics that you guys will be looking at and for during the
Well,
search?
again, as a hockey novice, there are people that will look at me and say, well, what does he know about hockey? Well, I know enough to know that in the last 10 years, we've had several teams in the NCAC win the national championships. I also know that on a weekly basis, we have 6 teams that are in the top 20 that are nationally ranked. So that tells me the competition from top to bottom is extremely important. So you want someone who can build a program in that, given that type of environment. Secondly, you want someone who develops young people on and off the ice, which is really important because the ECAC academically is one of the strongest conferences, period, not just hockey. So we're competing against that. The other, not to take anything away from hockey, so the Big Ten, they're all great, but I would put this conference against anybody. So academic excellence, the ability to grow on the ice as a student athlete, and most importantly, the character attributes are really significant for us. So you combine all of that, and that normally leads to a winning program.
Does what Union has done over the last few years maybe make the RPI fan bases even more upset that this program never really maybe only got the one NCAA tournament under Seth?
That's a good question. I really can't answer that. You have to talk to the fan base. But my sense is that obviously Union, 4 years ago, they won a national championship, and they're ranked in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken, right now in men's hockey. So they're doing some great things, and more power to them. But remember, last year we beat them 3 games. So the one thing that I've learned about this sport is that it's what I call a grinder sport. It's a daily activity that you have to put in an investment, a key investment in, and there's injuries involved. There's so many assets that are there and liabilities, and you have to be able to manage those appropriately. And so each time that we look at that broader picture, and certainly, as I said, not just Union, the entire ECAC conference is just from top to bottom made up of great teams, great academics, and we want to be there.
Was there anything that this team could have done? Was there a certain maybe level of the postseason that they've reached that you would have had a different decision, Seth would have been returning, or was there any level that you wanted them to reach?
I don't speculate on what should have been. I look at where we are. I think out of the 12 teams, we're 11. The 61 teams, we're 60 in the country. There's 61 teams in the country this year. And so last year, I think we were in the top 30. So to me, a winning program, and as I said, I've been building them all my career, that's consistency, and we haven't had it.
For you, was this a difficult decision to make, or was it pretty clear? Taking a look at the
Well,
numbers.
any decision when you're talking about a change in leadership is difficult. And anyone who stands where I'm standing, I talk to a lot of athletic directors across the country, no matter what the sport, whenever you make a change, it is extremely difficult because not only are someone that you're working with, you're not working with anymore, you've got to bring someone on and do everything you can to see that person succeeds. And so that's really requires a tremendous amount of effort. And I think the university is willing to provide that. And they're excited about the opportunities that wait for the new person going forward.
As far as finding the next coach, are you restricted at all in terms of maybe talking to assistants in other programs or head coaches of other programs until their season's over?
No, what we're going to do under the leadership of the university is to hire the best person. And that's why I said earlier, Pete, if you get into a time frame issue, you could very well limit yourself because, as you say, someone could be going in and deep into the playoffs who's very interested in the job. And if you say, well, we want you in by such date, and they're still competing, then you've limited yourself. We want the best person available that has the best fit, who really recognizes what this wonderful institution has, what this great conference has, and what our young people deserve. Our young people deserve to be in the top 4 every year.
So this could take a while.
I wouldn't say that. Again, the search, depending on, as the playoffs are going until the beginning of April, and you just never know. I mean, I'm not going to put a time frame on it, but yes, it could take a while.
Did that stretch in midseason with the Engineers struggling the way they were, give up a lot of goals? Did that maybe just start to factor in your decision to let
No,
Seth
like
go?
I said, there wasn't any one particular incident or range of games. Again, when I evaluate our programs, I look at everything, and not just to play on the ice or to play on the field, we look academically, we look at leadership, we look at the ability to sustain competitive levels on a consistent basis. All those things are really important. And you look at things out of your control. Injuries, out of your control. But if someone is not playing at a certain level and you think they should develop, then it's my job to find out why. And so as you do your evaluation, it's a comprehensive piece. You look at all the items and you arrive at a decision.